there, fantasy owners. This is Sean, the fantasy ace with a hat, here to bring you the latest tips, tricks, and tools you need to dominate your leagues and contests. And this week we are talking about Charlotte Motor Speedway. Charlotte is an intermediate racetrack, just like Chicagoland a few weeks back, or like Atlanta or Texas. But we also should know that we have previously raced here in the Sprint Cup Series before, earlier in the year. And on top of that, we can use that to look back at past results for this week's picks, but also take note of the happy hour practice especially. Other times of practice are not going to matter as much because they were at different times of day, so they will not replicate race conditions. And speaking of picks, here are my 5 spotlighted picks for Charlotte. First up for this week's picks, we got one of those drivers from Joe Gibbs Racing, of course. Which one will it be? It's going to be Matt Kenseth this week. And Matt Kenseth, he starts on the pole, and he's a 2-time winner here with 17 top 10s. He also has an average finish of 13.3 at Charlotte, so he's going to really put himself out there as a strong pick this week. I would definitely use him. Kevin Harvick has been getting a lot of attention as one of the strongest drivers throughout the chase, and that should be no different this week. But I am also going to put the spotlight on his teammate Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch starts in the 6th position, and he's a previous winner here. He also has 6 top 5 finishes to his name. And he's also 2nd fastest in final practice, which is an important thing to note, because final practice was the closest practice that replicates race conditions. So I think he's going to have a real fast car. He's at least going to contend for the win, if not get a top 5. Use him. It seems to be that every track that the NASCAR circuit ends up going to each and every week has at least one driver that kind of falls a bit under the radar compared to most other picks. For this week, that will be Kasey Kahne. Kasey Kahne starts in the 20th position, which gives him decent potential for finish upside. He also has 9 top 5s and an average finish of 10.5 at Charlotte. He also is coming off with 2 consecutive top 10 finishes, meaning he's going to have the momentum right then and there to go off and get another good finish and get those fantasy points this week. I would recommend using them. Next up, we have a driver that just got knocked out of the chase, but that isn't going to detract from his status as a competitor that's going to do real good this week, and that is Jamie McMurray. Jamie starts all the way back in the 30th position, which gives him great potential for finish upside. He also has an average finish of 18.5, and he's a previous winner at Charlotte. I think he's got good value. He's going to go up through the field. He's going to get those fantasy points and bounce out your lineup very nicely. Use him this week. Finally, I have come down to the low value pick of the week, and it's going to be Casey Mears once again. He has low value, of course, and he starts all the way back in 21st, which gives him decent room to move up through the field. And he also has 4 top 10s and is a former winner here. He also ran 21.4% of his laps in the top 25, meaning he's a nice safe pick. He's going to bounce your lineup very nicely. I'd recommend using him in at least one lineup this week. This has been the DFS Weekly NASCAR Report, starring me, Sean, the fancy ace with the hat. If you guys want to talk more to NASCAR with me, follow me on Twitter at SeanMan247. And I thank you all for watching, and good luck!